Bucs fans, stop what you're doing, because we just witnessed the start of something special in Tampa Bay. A rookie just walked into the biggest stage of his young career, in a rivalry game against the Falcons, and played like a star who's been here for years. This wasn't hype. This wasn't luck. This was the birth of a new Buccaneers weapon. Sunday night wasn't just another football game. It was a statement. The Buccaneers went head-to-head with the Atlanta Falcons in a thriller that had every fan's heart racing, and when the dust settled, Tampa Bay stood tall with a clutch victory. And while it was a team win, one performance lit the stadium on fire. A rookie, a young man everyone had been buzzing about since draft night, finally showed the world why the Bucs believed in him. Emeka Egbuka. 4 catches. 67 yards. 2 touchdowns. One of them in the final minute with the game hanging in the balance. That's not just playing football, that's seizing the moment and ripping victory out of the rival's hands. Mike Evans was the focus of Atlanta's defense. Everyone expected it. But when they tried to shut down Evans, it opened the door for the rookie. And he didn't just walk through, he kicked it down. Bucky Irving added a touchdown of his own, and Baker Mayfield, even without perfect stats, proved once again that he's a warrior. He ran when he had to, delivered in the clutch, and looked every bit the leader this team believes in. This is what makes Tampa Bay dangerous. Veterans like Evans, leaders like Baker, and now rookies like Egbuka who bring fresh energy and fearless play. From training camp to preseason, he showed flashes, but under the lights, against the Falcons, he turned those flashes into fire. The way he carries himself, calm, confident, never rattled, you don't see that in many rookies. His teammates feel it, Baker feels it, and now the entire NFL feels it too. Jason Licht, once again, looks like a genius. Drafting a cornerstone player when many thought the Bucs would go a different direction. This isn't just a rookie wide receiver. This feels like the future of Tampa Bay football. And the best part? This is only the beginning. One game. One win. One rookie who already looks ready to carve his name into Buccaneers history. Bucs fans, I want to know, after watching Emeka Egbuka light it up in his first game, how confident are you in this offense going forward? Drop your answer in the comments. Scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous do you think Tampa Bay is right now? This game wasn't just about touchdowns or highlights, it was about mental toughness. And for the first time in a long time, the Buccaneers showed the kind of grit that makes champions. The night started ugly. The Bucs went 3-and-out on offense. The defense gave up an effortless touchdown drive to Bijan Robinson and the Falcons. It looked shaky. It looked like one of those games where Tampa Bay might fold under pressure. But instead of panicking, the Bucs dug in. They stayed calm, stayed patient, and slowly turned the tide. That's the mark of a tough football team. That's the mark of a team built for playoff battles. Last year, these were the games Tampa Bay lost. The close ones. The heartbreakers. We remember the overtime loss to Kansas City where the defense couldn't get the stop. We remember the 49ers marching down the field for the game-winning field goal. Again and again, the Bucs came up just short. But this time, different story. This time, Tampa Bay made the clutch plays when it mattered most. Yes, the defense still has question marks. They gave up 2 big drives late in the game. Yes, Michael Penix Jr. looked like the Falcons' quarterback of the future. And yes, the refs felt like they were throwing flags Atlanta's way all night. But despite all of that, the Bucs refused to break. Baker Mayfield versus Penix might just become the new rivalry of the NFC South, and if this first matchup was any preview, we're in for years of blood pressure-raising showdowns. But here's the part one loved the most, it wasn't just about stats or flash plays. It was about character. Emeka Egbuka, the rookie star of the night, said it best, whether I score 2 touchdowns or none at all, that's not what I hang my hat on. It's about who I am as a person. That's rare. That's powerful. In a league where so many players chase the spotlight, this kid is focused on respect, professionalism, and being the kind of teammate you can trust. Baker echoed that. Todd Bowles praised it too, reminding everyone that Egbuka played on the biggest stages at Ohio State, so the lights of Atlanta or Tampa don't scare him. And it showed. He carried himself with calm, confidence, and poise. Just like Baker. Just like a veteran. That's the culture Tampa Bay has been building, veterans who know how to win, young guys who are hungry but humble, and a locker room where character matters just as much as talent. And on Sunday night, that culture paid off. Because divisional games are never pretty. They're messy, they're violent, they're emotional. But the Bucs proved they're not just talented, they're mentally tough enough to win the ugly ones. And that, more than anything, should have every Buccaneers fan fired up. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. Do you believe this team has finally figured out how to win close, ugly games? Drop a yes or an no in the comments, and tell me how confident you are in this team's toughness right now. This wasn't just any win. This was a statement. The Falcons spent the offseason stacking talent, hyping themselves up as NFC South contenders. But in Week 1, the Buccaneers walked right into their house and slammed the door shut. No excuses, no doubts, this division still runs through Tampa Bay. And after being swept last year, that victory meant everything. The bad taste is gone. The Bucs reminded the world who owns this rivalry. And it wasn't perfect. Far from it. Baker Mayfield missed a few throws, the offense had its miscommunications, and Josh Grard was calling his first ever regular season game. These moments were tense. These were the kinds of spots that usually bury a team on the road. But Baker kept grinding, especially on third downs, running when he had to, delivering clutch throws when it mattered. That's leadership. That's belief. Think about it, the offensive line had to be shuffled at the last second without Tristan Wirfs, Chris Godwin didn't even play, and yet Baker was sacked just once. Mike Evans still broke 50 yards, and rookie Egbuka once again stepped into the spotlight like he was born for it. That's not luck, that's a team refusing to panic. And let's give credit where it's due, Todd Bowles had his guys ready. This is his 4th season as Tampa Bay's head coach, and he's never lost in the first 2 weeks of a season. Never. The man knows how to start strong, and once again, he proved it. The locker room feeds off his calm, level-headed energy. Baker said it himself, that composure keeps everyone steady, even when the refs are throwing flags and the game feels stacked against you. But here's the truth, the Bucs aren't satisfied. One sack all night, even against an Atlanta line missing a starter, isn't enough. C.J. Stroud and the Texans are waiting next, and they'll be desperate after a loss to the Rams. The Bucs can't afford to let Stroud run wild the way Michael Penix did at times. This defense has to raise the bar, because every win matters. What fired me up most was seeing Bowles let his emotions fly for once. The locker room chant, the passion on the sideline, it was a side of him we don't always see, and it lit up the whole team. Sure, there was that one timeout mistake with the replay, but that's a small thing compared to the bigger picture. The Bucs walked into a hostile stadium, fought through the refs, and came out with a divisional win. And in the NFL, those are the victories that define a season. Bucs fans, I've got to know, does this feel like the year Bowles and Baker finally silenced the doubters? Or do you still see cracks in this team that worry you? Drop your thoughts below, because this debate is only getting started. This game wasn't just about winning, it was about responding. Every time the Falcons landed a punch, the Buccaneers fired right back. That resilience, that calm under pressure, that's what stood out most. Todd Bowles has been preaching it all off-season, finish the game. And this time, Tampa Bay finished strong. Even when Chase McLaughlin didn't have his best night, the Bucs didn't fold. Instead, the team leaned on poise and confidence. They've been in this spot before, close games with Atlanta last year slipped away. Not this time. This time, Tampa Bay closed the door. What makes this even more exciting is how the roster is built. There's this perfect balance of young energy and veteran leadership. Jason Licht deserves a huge shout-out for that. Think about it, without his gutsy decision to draft Egbuka, the offense would look completely different. Now, We're talking about one of the most dangerous quarterback-receiver duos in football. Fans are already calling them eggs and bacon, Baker and Egbuka, a combo that could fuel this offense for years. And it's not hype. It's real. Egbuka scored the first and last touchdowns of the game, proving that no moment is too big for him. Offensive Rookie of the Year talk isn't just a dream anymore, it's happening. Now picture this: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, and Emeka Egbuka all on the field together. That's unfair. That's terrifying. Add in Bucky Irving, Rackett White, and Sean Tucker in the backfield, and defenses won't know who to stop. The run game wasn't at its best against Atlanta, but the Bucs adjusted. When the ground attack stalled, Baker and his receivers made clutch plays through the air. That's championship-level flexibility. And it wasn't just the stars. Sterling Shepard made key catches, Antoine Winfield Jr. came up with a clutch pass breakup, and the whole team showed one thing: they're unshakable. Meanwhile, the Falcons? Their kicker situation is a disaster. While Tampa Bay is building momentum, Atlanta is left scrambling. And here's the cherry on top: the Bucs are the only NFC South team with a win after Week 1. The Panthers look worse, the Saints are shaky, and right now, Tampa Bay has the inside track. This isn't just optimism. This is a team building something real. A culture. A brotherhood. A roster that refuses to panic and refuses to quit. Todd Bowles and Jason Licht have planted the foundation, and the results are already showing. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. How excited are you about Baker and Egbuka's connection? Do you think Emeka has what it takes to win Rookie of the Year? And most importantly, what moment fired you up the most in this win? Drop your thoughts below, because this is only the beginning of something special.